Oh, it's good to be home. Oh, isn't it? I wore my mask for the first time today. Oh, do you go, by the way, do you go behind the ears with the second strap? Or do you go over the ears with that second strap? For this kind of mask, it's an N95, the special mask. Yes. But at any rate, I wore it for the first time today. It was an awkward feeling putting it on and going into the store, but I had to go in the store and I want to send the right message. I wear the mask, I keep it in my car. I wear it more to keep from giving something to someone as opposed to getting it. I'm not so worried about getting it as I am giving it. I used to be concerned back in the old days, you know, a month ago, when you saw these images of Chinese people wearing the masks in public and you thought, oh my God, these are some paranoid people. They got to wear masks. But if you take the perspective that you don't want to give it to somebody, that's a whole nother story. That's a whole nother dynamic that makes it more important than ever for me to send the right message. And I have a 90-year-old mother, so, you know, I check in on her once in a while, and, you know, as things progress, I want to be as safe as possible. So I wore the mask, I wore my old work gloves, that's what I had, and then I wore this stocking hat, which made me look like a bank robber, kind of. I didn't feel like a bank robber, but I might have looked like one. I've never seen one, but I'm just guessing. That's kind of something they might wear. But initially about the mask, I was walking around with a mask on, and I was kind of self-aware and wondering if people thought I was paranoid. Some people didn't wear masks, younger people, some of them wore masks, some of them didn't, older people, some of them wore the mask, some of them didn't. But when I saw people coming out of the store, more of them wearing masks than not, I felt better about going in with a mask on, and hey, I was going to do it anyway. It was just working myself up to it. I finally did. I got in the store with my N95 mask. I wasn't worried about if people thought I was paranoid. I didn't care about how weird it looked or how uncomfortable. As a matter of fact, the first person I saw who worked at the store, I said, hey, I feel like a bank robber. And she smiled and said, yeah, that's cool, which is good. That made me feel better. I don't know what she meant exactly, but it made me feel better. And so I went. I had to go. I had to get toilet paper. You know, so many people have been stockpiling toilet paper, and here I am. I never stockpiled it. I'm not stockpiling anything, and I want to leave extra for people who really need it. I don't need toilet paper that bad. And it's not because my poop don't stink. That's not why. I just don't need it that badly. I know there are alternatives to toilet paper, as my parents used to remind me many, many moons ago. But I finally did get the toilet paper. I fully expected to have to go to 5 or 6 stores. I didn't. I went to one store. They had toilet paper. I was impressed. There was a gal stocking some other things, and I said, this may be a dumb question, but do you have any toilet paper? And she said, yeah, right down there. And there it was. There wasn't a whole lot, but hey, I'll take what I can get at this point. Wouldn't you? Yeah, you darn right. And so I did. And I was concerned also, back to the mask. It's an N95. It's like the Cadillac of masks, I guess. Who knew anything about N95 before this? And who knew anything about Zoom? Nobody. Now it's a household word, N95. Everybody knows what it means. But I got this mask given to me about a month ago from somebody who said, hey, you might need this. Okay, fine. And I finally started wearing it. And I was worried that people might think, hey, where'd you get that N95, dude? Why didn't you give that to a nurse? Or something like that. But that's just me being paranoid. I got over it. So, you know, as a matter of fact, at one point, I went to a couple of stores for different things. And at one point, I kind of felt empowered because I had the mask. I have the mask. I have the gloves. I'm walking into a store looking like a bank robber, and nobody cares. That's awesome. That's awesome. Couldn't have done that 2 months ago. Couldn't have done that. They would have called the police or something. But at any rate, I'm comfortable with a mask, and now you know why I'm wearing it. And I would like to think that most people are wearing the mask to avoid giving it to someone as opposed to getting it. Maybe it's a little bit of both. That's fine too. I appreciate that. I also was hoping to get some other things at the store, but that didn't quite happen. For some reason, not only is people hoarding toilet paper, they're hoarding all kinds of family-sized Campbell's soup. I like vegetable beef. Everybody knows that who knows me. But all you can get these days is bean and bacon. So somehow the bean and bacon is being left alone and everything else is gone. But so I got the bean and bacon. What is it? I got a couple of, I buy a can of soup every time I go to the store. It's just one of my rules. But now I have a pretty good load of bean and bacon, which is not something you want to eat a whole lot of in one setting. Please don't do that. You'll end up using up all your toilet paper. Okay. But yeah. And by the way, this family size? No, not exactly. This is my size. This is me size. This is not family size. I don't know what kind of family you're talking about. You water it down, maybe you can stretch it out. My mother did that with her chili, but no. I get this can, the family would have to fight over the other can, you know, okay? But I don't have to worry about that. My family's all, my kids are grown up and moved out. And that's why I'm able to not hoard toilet paper, see? So I try to leave stuff out there for people. There's plenty of bean and bacon left, by the way. If you want some, go for it. I'm not advocating it, but you got to do what you got to do. So that was my thing about going out, wearing the mask for the first time. And I didn't buy anything with my $1,200 stimulus money. I haven't gotten that yet. I haven't asked for it yet. I, again, am trying to leave that money for the people that really need it. I'm not so desperate right now. As my dad would say, I'm not destitute. But who knows what will happen down the road. Might have to go with the old unemployment. Whew, boy. But anyway, I'm trying to avoid that. And I didn't spend any of the $1,200, haven't gotten it yet. And by and large, I'm not hoarding anything as far as I know. So, except maybe the whiskey. A little bit. What was that?